What is up, Division 2 agents? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming back with another Division 2 video. Alright guys, as of me recording this video, we do currently have 1 week left to play the Stretch Goals Summer Swarm event.
Time is running out!
And also to enjoy the current seasonal modifiers that we do have in Division 2 Year 7 Season 1. With that being said, I truly really enjoyed the modifiers. Get in there and grind out the stretch goals. Now is the time and enjoy these modifiers while we can, because as many of you know, the modifiers this season were all about running very powerful tanky builds and still doing massive damage. With that being said, there is one gun that I can't get enough of. And that gun we're talking about today is the Bighorn assault rifle. This gun is amazing, guys. Very powerful. And you know, this gun, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's designed to buff up headshot damage, headshots. But overall, you can use it. This gun is very versatile in my opinion, guys. I put out plenty of videos showcasing the power of this gun, and I've even made builds using it as a crit-based assault rifle. So with that being said, today's video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite builds that I have been using this entire season. And you know, you've probably seen it before, and of course I'm using one of those gear sets that a lot of people often complain about, and that gear set is a Striker's gear set. But guys, if you want a gear set that can really dish out damage, then you go for the gear set such as Striker's. Striker's is top tier. You know, the Heartbreaker works pretty good as well, but nothing really can stand with a Striker's gear set in my opinion. With that being said, I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay, and then we'll go over this build breakdown shortly. And right after, guys, I will let you finish watching me tackle the rest of this mission. I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on the channel, especially those who always have something positive to say, guys. Really appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. And if you're new to the channel, guys, you like the content, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. And turn on notification bells so you can stay informed whenever I do drop videos. So alright agents, so the star of the show in this build is the Bighorn assault rifle, and this gun is amazing, guys. As you can see, the core stats it's right there at 135.89k, but some of that is coming from the Memento backpack. The RPM of 920 with 42 in the magazine. It does have a headshot damage of 151 with optimum range being 40. Now keep in mind, I do have a weapon expertise of 30%, and the core attributes are fully maxed out with assault rifle damage, health damage, and the third attribute that you can reroll is 10% damage to target out of cover. Alright, the accuracy is pretty good on this gun, and stability as well, with a pretty decent reload time at 1.49 seconds. The talent is what truly stands out on this gun. It's called Big Game Hunter. When scoped, this gun switches to an semi-automatic firing mode, dealing 450% increase in weapon damage with each shot. And whenever you're not scoped, guys, headshots grant 6% increase in headshot damage. This stacks up to 25 times. Once at full stacks, 10 stacks decay every 4 seconds until all stacks have been removed. Keep in mind that headshots does delay the decaying of the stacks. Alright, the mods that come in this gun is 40% increase in headshot damage, 20% increase in reload speed, plus 20% increase in accuracy, and 20% in stability. The secondary gun we did go with was the rock and roll named ACS-12 shotgun. So if you don't have the rock and roll, guys, this uses the ACS-12 shotgun, because the primary reason we're using this gun is because it shoots out multiple pellets at once. And since we're using the Striker's gear set, it will help you to build up your Strikers gamble stacks very quickly. With that being said, as you can see, it do have weapon expertise of 20% on this gun. Core attributes are fully maxed out, and again, that third attribute is rolled to damage the target out of cover. The talent on this gun is called Perfectly Extra, and this basically boosts your magazine capacity by 50%. The mods I do have on this gun is 10% critical hit damage and a 5% critical hit chance mod as well. Alright guys, so we did go with the 4 pieces of the striker's battle gear, and 2 pieces gives you 15% increase in weapon handling. 3 pieces gives you increased rate of fire by 15%, and when you have on all 4 pieces, you get striker's gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. When you get up to 100 stacks, you'll be basically at 65% increase in weapon damage. Keep in mind, 1 stack is lost per second between 0 and 50 stacks, and 2 stacks are lost per second between 50 and 100 stacks. The core attribute I do have is the armor core, and the attributes, guys, was going for critical hit chance or critical hit damage on this max. Pretty much every gear piece, guys, attribute, we're going for critical hit chance or critical hit damage. All right, the chest, we did go with the one-piece golden gear set, which is called the Hunter Killer. This is the name version of the set, guys, and one piece gives you 10% increase in status effect. The core attribute, I do have an armor core, and the attributes, again, we was going for critical hit chance or critical hit damage. We did have a 6% critical hit chance with 12% critical hit damage attributes. The talent is what truly stands out. It's called Perfect Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, you gain 1 stack per second up to a max of 10. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. So they have to be within 10 meters. All stacks are lost when you have no bonus armor. So basically, when you get all 10 stacks, guys, you will be at 40% increase in weapon damage. All right, the holster is the second piece of the striker's battle gear set. We did have a core attribute being a weapon damage core and a 6% critical hit chance attribute. All right, the knee pads was the third piece of the striker set, and the core attribute was the armor core with a 6% critical hit chance attribute. And the gloves is the fourth piece of the striker set, guys. And on this, we did have another core attribute being an armor core with a 12% critical hit damage attribute. All right, guys, and the Memento backpack, one of my favorite exotics in this game is this backpack is amazing because it comes with all 3 cores. You get a weapon damage core, an armor core, and a skill tier. Now, the attribute we did roll up on and put on it is a 6% critical hit chance. The talent on this backpack is called Kill Confirm. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting those trophies to provide both a short and long-term buff, which scales with the number of cores you have. So, for example, each red is going to be 5% increase in weapon damage. Each blue core is going to be 10% in bonus armor, and each yellow is going to be 5% increase in skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, you get an additional plus 1% weapon damage and skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. When you have max stacks, guys, you have 30% increase in weapon damage, skill efficiency, and also 3% armor regeneration. Overall, amazing backpack for dealing damage, survivability, just amazing, guys. All right, so if you did not have the Hunter's Killer's chest, I would recommend you using any chest you prefer, guys. Just roll the talent Intimidate on it. For example, a Fenris chest would have worked great. Group roll, whichever chest you prefer. And like I said, just put the talent Intimidate. The only difference between the perfect version of the Intimidate is 4% difference in damage. Instead, you build up 9 stacks, each increasing weapon damage by 4%. That gives you a total of 36%. But the enemies still have to be within 10 meters to take advantage of this talent. All right, guys. And if you did not have the Memento backpack, there are some other great options as well. Preferably just use any backpack you prefer, but the talents I would recommend that you use is, for example, the Bloodsucker talent. All right, guys, so with the Bloodsucker talent, you're killing an enemy adds a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Get a max of 10, so that's 100% increase in bonus armor. Or if you did not have the Bloodsucker talent, you could have went with an Adrenaline Rush as well. Whenever you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds. It stacks up to 3 times, so that's 60% bonus armor. It does have a cooldown of 5 seconds, so keep that in mind. So these are 2 other options that I would recommend. This build focuses on using bonus armor to get your damage. All right, as far as the skills, we did go to Crusader's Shield, and this scales with the number of yellow and blue cores you have, so that's why I do currently have it at tier 6 right now. And we did use the Banshee Pulse on this build, guys, and what that does is it launches a forked arc of pulse energy that disorients enemies caught in a wave, and it also can penetrate through cover as well. This talent is this skill is only linked to the gunner class specialization, so keep that in mind. All right, so if you look at the modifiers, guys, this is, like I said, this is last week. We did have the tech link equipped, but in the gameplay, guys, we did not use our active modifier. And on this build, guys, you will not see me use it at all. So I recommend not even worrying about your active modifier. Just primarily focus on those passives, and the first one is the Multitasker. While at tier 5 in all attributes, you receive 7.5% increase in weapon damage, 85,000 max armor, and additional 1 skill tier. So if you take a look at my build, guys, even though I do have 1 yellow core on the build, I am still sitting at a skill tier 2, and that is because of that passive Multitasker modifier. All right, so we did go with the extra padding, and basically you gain 5% protection from these per blue core while at tier 5 in stamina. So, you know, on this build, I do have I think I have a total of 5 blue cores, but this was some other modifiers that you could have used as well. The best kind of defense Basically, while at tier 5 in both firearms and stamina, you gain 2.5% increase in headshot damage for every 100,000 total armor. So this would have worked great as well if you did not need the extra protection. Or you could even went with a tier a day. And basically, guys, for each tier in any attribute, you gain 10% increase in total health. So all of these work great, guys. Since this build in my gameplay, I focus heavily on just keeping those passives up their entire time, so I don't even use the active modifiers. But always use whatever works for you and your gameplay. All right, and the third passive we did use was Loaded Up. 25% of your critical hit chance value is added as critical hit damage while at tier 5 in firearms. All right, so let's take a look at the weapon stats. On this build, guys, we were sitting right there at a critical hit chance of 50% with 105.5% critical hit damage. All right, and keep in mind, this build was not really focused fully on critical hit chance or critical hit damage. We was relying heavily on the Intimidate talent. So, but overall, it's still pretty good balance, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at the armor. We're sitting right at 1,789,749 armor with 178,974 armor on a kill. We do have armor regeneration sitting there at 0, but keep in mind, whenever you do get your stacks from the Memento backpack, you will have 3% armor regeneration. Overall, just amazing build, guys. Really enjoyed this build. And as you can see, that protection from elite is 25%, and that is coming from the extra padding modifier. All right, one last thing, agent, is to keep in mind that I currently do have bonus armor. It is coming from that multitasking passive as well. So just to make you be aware that you will not be sitting at 1.8 million armor. You'll be close to 1.7 million armor if you do not have the modifiers on. All right, agents, and if you want to obtain the Bighorn and you play this game mostly solo, I would recommend you go to the summit and set your targeted loot to assault rifles. Guys, play up to floor 10 on any difficulty. When you get to floor 10, if you are able to tackle legendary content, switch it to legendary difficulty. Kill the boss, guys. Fast travel back to the lobby and keep rinse and repeat until you get the chance of getting it to drop. That is the way I recommend doing it. Or if you're able to tackle those legendary strongholds, you can do that as well. Or even there's a chance of getting it from the dark zone as well. Very slim chance. So I would recommend just going to the summit. That way, if you was to get it to drop in the dark zone, you don't have to worry about somebody trying to take it from you. Weapon. Overall, it is an amazing assault rifle. Truly enjoy it, guys. And this build, let me say it again, guys. You do not need this build works regardless if the modifiers are on. Just want to throw that out there. I have plenty of other Bighorn videos on the channel where there are no modifiers active. So keep that in mind. All right, we did go with gunner specialization, and every third reload is 50% faster. You do get 10% armor back on a kill. And guys, whenever you kill those enemies, you do get increased rate of fire by 5% for 5 seconds. Also, your ammo capacity, you generate 10% of your ammo capacity every 60 seconds, and party members will receive 5% of that. Last but not least, guys, do not forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus and 15% increase in weapon damage. So again, because that can make a big difference in your build. And one last thing I do want to mention, guys, is that your SHD level will play a part in your weapon expertise level as well. If your watch level is at least 1,000, at that given point, you will be at the same amount of passives that I have on my watch, because it doesn't matter what level your SHD level is at, goes up to after you hit that level 1,000. You will have all the passives unlocked. The only variable that will play a part in your build at that given moment is your weapon expertise. As always, thank you for your valued time and continued support. Hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay, agents. And one thing I do want to mention, guys, is a lot of times I always cut out the parts when I'm traveling from location to location to save time on the video. As always, the werewolf out.
Since it turned the memorial. You gotta find a way to close up that tunnel. Next Isaac pulled upstairs. We can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Get away from me! Asshole! You just killed the true son! Fuck yeah! Engaging target!
Get some! KIA!
Come on! Yeah, let's kick some ass!
Fuck you! You slot yourself in with us. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Get away from me!
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial. Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sons infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated a stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.